This home movie footage, taken before the Second World War, shows the Hartmann family from Czechoslovakia enjoying themselves. The Hartmanns were well off. They could afford a movie camera and holidays abroad. This amateur film, taken in Poland at about the same time, shows an entirely different way of life. These people lived in a small country town called Gombin. They are being filmed by a visiting relative who had moved to America just before the First World War. Although they may appear to have little in common, both the people from Gombin and the Hartmann family from Czechoslovakia are Jewish. Before the Second World War, Europe was home to roughly 9 million Jewish people. There were Jewish communities in every European country, but the largest Jewish population, more than 3 million, was in Poland. In the countries of Eastern Europe, Jewish communities formed an important part of life in all the big cities, as well as in many smaller towns and villages. It was a lively world that hummed with differing ideas about how to live a good life. The majority continued to live their lives much as their parents and grandparents had before them. But others turned their backs on traditional beliefs and ways of life. Instead, they joined mainstream society or became members of political movements that held the promise of a brighter future, not only for Jewish people, but for mankind as a whole. So, across Europe, there were many different ways of being Jewish. There were Jewish people who were deeply religious, those who marked only a few religious festivals, and atheists who didn't believe in God at all. There were some wealthy Jewish people, but most were not well off. And there were Jewish socialists who wanted better conditions for the poorer working classes. Some Jews were patriotic about the country of their birth. Others wanted to leave Europe for a better life in America, or longed for a new Jewish homeland in Palestine. All belonged to a wider world that could be hostile, even dangerous. But in spite of many centuries of persecution at the hands of their Christian neighbours, they had survived, and many had even become successful. Jewish people who lived and worked in vibrant cities such as Prague, Vienna, Berlin, Paris and London had not only become part of European society, many had also made outstanding contributions to 20th century civilization, especially in the arts and in the sciences. Figures like Gustav Mahler, one of the world's finest composers. Ida Rubinstein, a talented actress and ballerina who danced for audiences across Europe. Marc Chagall, the modernist artist who was influenced by Jewish traditions and culture. Sigmund Freud, pioneer of the study of the human mind, relationships, and behavior. Albert Einstein, whose work completely changed scientific thinking from the tiniest atoms to the structure of the universe, from explaining the death of stars to understanding the nature of space and time.